This isn't something that's a one-trick pony. I have people that are making 7 figures now. There's a couple that have already hit 8 figures. They'll continue to do that this year. This is something that you can get in and spend very little time. Don't quit with what you're doing to just do this, but just doing it on the side, you can easily make 6 figures and help a lot of people. I mean, the testimonials are unreal.
Hi, everybody. Jose Luis Morales here. Welcome back to another episode of the Morales Group Show. Today, we have a repeat guest. His name is Josh Zaglowski. He's actually one of the co-founders of a company called ERC Specialist. They specialize in helping business owners file and receive their ERC credit. Today, we're actually going to be talking about something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the ERC Specialist affiliate program. I've got a lot of people asking me about it, so we're going to go very in depth. We're going to talk about how does it work, how do you sign up, what ongoing training you have. So you want to make sure to watch this one until the end. If you've already heard about the ERC Specialist program or affiliate program and you want to partner with us, make sure to visit partnerwitherc.com. Once again, that is partnerwitherc.com. Welcome back to the show, Josh. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Thank you for being back. I wanted to kind of answer some of the most frequently asked questions as it relates to the ERC Specialist affiliate program. Before we get into that, maybe if somebody doesn't know what ERC credit is, if you would mind kind of sharing a few words about that, and then we can go into the affiliate program right after that.
Yeah. So what is ERC and what was kind of the start of it? I'll give it about a minute or two and just kind of a quick overview. I'm a commercial real estate investor, serial entrepreneur, and I kind of somewhat discovered this more so because it was during the pandemic. There was something called the PPP loan that was done through banks to business owners to help pay their employees. Well, at the same time, there was something called ERC, but you couldn't get both. You can only get one or the other. And being that I had an oil business that was suffering in 2020, price per barrel was negative $60 a barrel one day. I was always looking for extra stimulus for this business I was a minority owner in. And come in March of 2021, the American Rescue Plan Act, President Biden amended that, and he made it so if you got PPP, you can now get ERC. And so I was trying to find a way, and I'll just fast forward this. I was trying to find a way to, receive stimulus money for my business. And come to find out, no one could help me with this. And my CPA, and don't get mad at your tax professional for not knowing this, but they just couldn't help me with it. I then started a company with me and a friend of mine. Then we ended up getting more partners after that. But with that, we noticed that this program, it was too good to be true, and no one knew about it. We knew if we did marketing online at the very beginning, it'd be very, very tough. And so we made it as an affiliate type of program where, I can tell a friend like, hey, do you know someone that's a plumber or electrician, has a restaurant? I mean, has a Christian church, that's a nonprofit. Did you know they qualify? And we have a commission structure. The average company nationally is $200,000. And we made it so someone could walk in and have a 30-minute conversation and make between $3 to $6 grand or more, depending on, how big the company is. And so we wanted to structure it that way, and we were able to skyrocket our sales because of that.
Basically, it works very similar to any other affiliate program. You basically make an introduction to the company, and then basically you receive a fee as a result of it. The only difference is that, or this is kind of the way that I look at it, is that what you're doing for the client is actually really, really good, because you're actually a lot of times making them aware of a program that they had no idea about. Like, I've gone credits for some of my friends. Somebody that I know received the credit of like over $1 million, and he was a friend and he had no idea. His accountant never told him about it. So because you're able to make this introduction, then you receive a financial benefit as a result of it as well too. And then the commissions are sizable just depending on the credit that they receive. So if somebody wanted to sign up, the first step would go to partnerwitherc.com. That would be the very first step. After that, like if somebody wanted to learn more about like how to actually grow this and introduce it to more people, is there ongoing training the ERC Specialist has for some of its affiliates?
We do. And actually, it made me kind of think when you were talking, Jose, I should have mentioned this at the very beginning. This doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost to be an affiliate. This isn't, a lot of us have seen MLMs out there and we paid $100 or $200 or, we have a garage full of stuff that's $1,500 to get started. This is nothing. This is like, and to answer your question, yes, we have training in place. It's very automated. You can do it at your leisure. We have videos for everything to understand the program, how to talk to the customer, how to, talk to a CPA. way, and that's why we developed the affiliate program, because we had a lot of people that were referring, they're talking to their CPA about this to get more and more business. And the CPA is like, hey, I've actually been wanting to send my clients to somebody. Tell me about this. And then we work out a referral program even for that person to refer. So there's a couple different things that you should know that's available to you, but it doesn't cost anything. We have everything in place. We have a support team in place. I mean, we went from 6 partners to almost 220 employees so far. And we have different departments that help out the customer, that help out the affiliate side, that actually does the credit for the customer and files this. And like you said, Jose, it's very, very sizable commission. And here's the thing, we don't charge the customer up front. So we only get paid when they get paid. So that's even better for you, knowing that, you're not waiting, or the customer's not waiting for something that might not come, and you can certainly vet our company out to make sure we're valid, which I know you'll see that we'll pass with flying colors. But at the same token, this is something that you can literally, and Jose and I were talking about this just a little while ago, is the dollar per hour that you can make on this is substantial.
I think I look at my business, the real estate company, and I actively have to keep reinvesting hours in order for it to produce income. This is something that the dollar per hour is just a lot higher, because a lot of the back end stuff ERC specialist helps out with. So everything, your job is only to make introductions and make people aware of it. Once people are set up to file, ERC specialist helps them every step of the way. And then obviously they have tons of reviews online as well too, as to what their process is and customer experience as well too. How long has the affiliate program been around? And then also how does somebody keep track of how many clients they referred to the company, and also what the status of each client is? Because I know that if that's not monitored correctly, you may be wondering well, I introduced such and such person. Have they received their credit? Have they not received their credit? What stage are they at?
Sure. At the very beginning, we didn't have that really available. As we continue to evolve, we continue to put more and more money into our tech, into our IT. And with that training that you get shows, how do you track your customer? Where can I see where they're at in the process? How can I help you guys, to make sure it goes to gets past the finish line. We have all that available, and we make it very, very user-friendly for the customer, but it's very, very user-friendly for the affiliate as well. And we try to make it so that way you're talking to someone about it, you're answering probably the top 10 questions that they're going to ask you, and then you're turning it over to us to handle. If we have an issue, or maybe we can't get a hold of the customer, we need them to send us an extra document, and we'll try on ourselves to do that for about a couple weeks. But the whole time you're getting blind carbon copied, and you're getting to see where that status is, so you can help out, because it might be someone and you're like, hey, Bob, I see that ERC specialist is trying to get a hold of you. Just upload this document. Are you seeing this? No, I'm not seeing it. Why wouldn't I see it? Maybe a firewall, didn't allow that email to go through, or something, that they're not seeing that. So that way you can kind of help out as the affiliate, but it's not needed. I would just say it's more, not even the word encouraged. I mean, you wanted to get to the finish line just as much as anyone else, so you then kind of step in after a couple things you've seen, and then you say, hey, Bob, did you know about this? Let me kind of help you get that stuff over to them. And then that way the experience is well and well received, because we want to make sure that we're helping out the customer, but also we want to develop that good experience for them, because we want to come back to them with other opportunities and credits for them in the future.
Just for our viewers to kind of get an idea of how big this is, because before this, I had never done any sort of affiliate type of marketing. I just started receiving emails saying oh, such and such person just got approved, such and such person. I was like, my God, this is insane. What is the largest check that a client of yours approximately has received? And what do you think that was for the affiliate, just so that the affiliates kind of get an idea of how big this opportunity actually is?
So the biggest check that a client's received is about 14 million. That affiliate made 6 figures plus. That wasn't a 30-minute conversation. When you're talking to bigger companies, it's about 3 or 4 different meetings. I mean, you definitely want that experience. We also have the team in place to help you to do 3-way calls and all that kind of stuff, to jump on with a CFO or whatnot. But the thing is at the very end of it, it's kind of like what we talked about just a second ago, is that the dollar per hour is still unreal, and so customers are very appreciative, because we charge 15%. So you think about that, and this was kind of evident to me in the very beginning when I had a big corporation that we added up, and we're like, you could make $9 million in credits with this, and we're going to charge 15%. That's $4 million. I'm not going to lie, I have to ask you, because I know you as a friend, why would you have us do it? Why wouldn't you guys do it? You guys have the resources. And he goes, we have resources, but when I did PPP for all the different locations we had, that took me weeks to apply. This I know is even worse than that. It's going to take me months, and I do not have those resources. You guys have the resources. You're the professionals. We would rather you guys are going to be paid when we get paid, and we're willing to pay $1.4 million to get $7.5 million for it. And that was actually what was my wow moment at the very beginning. It's probably my third or fourth month of starting the company, really talking to someone that had an $8 or $9 million opportunity. I was like, wow, I have to ask them, why would they even use us? Why wouldn't they just do this themselves and save $1.4 million? And sure enough, that's the reason why they use us. And that's why the reason why we've helped we're February 2023 right now. We've helped almost 43,000 companies as of today, and so that's what, and we're going to hit 100,000 and we need your help in order to make that happen.
Let's say somebody signs up. The next step after they sign up is they receive a link to your company's website, but in that link, it actually has like an affiliate code at the end of it, meaning it's basically a link now that says ERC specialist or whatever / Jose Luis or whatever. Basically with that link, you're able to, whenever somebody is ready to apply for the credit, you give them that link, they go on the link. Now, basically they start the process, but that's how you're able to track it basically to that specific individual.
Yeah. So people will say, how do you track my sales? Well, everyone gets their own unique URL. That way they can send that to their customer and have their customer apply through their link. And that way everything's tracked to them. And then like we mentioned before about the CPA side of things, there's also a sub-affiliate link. If you tell someone else about it, you can make a little bit of money. They're going to make what you would make on a personal sale. And so you have another link for that as well. But the main thing is really kind of get out of the gate and get 3 to 4 different and 5 different companies, in your backyard. There's still so much room with this. A lot of people's like, I'm just starting to hear this all the time. It's like, okay, whatever profession you're in, Jose, you're a realtor. That's like saying like, I just noticed there's a lot of realtors out there. Okay. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to get in the door of someone to list a property? That's up to you. I mean, there's so many realtors out there. It's the same thing when people are like, well, I just seen a lot of people doing the ERC thing. Okay. A year ago, yes, it was a lot easier to talk to someone about this, but now you have some competition, but it's really not that much. I mean, I think they just surpassed 38% of this credit has been used so far, and that's February 2023, and this is going until the first quarter of 2025. Plenty of room on this, and then we have plenty of opportunity after this that we've already been working on.
Not only that, but so for example, let's say there's an individual out there, right? And they have friends, they have family members that own businesses. If you come to them with an opportunity, meaning like, hey, look, there's a good chance that you could receive this ERC credit. If you want to see if you qualify, go on this unique link. They go on the link. If they qualify, you receive a commission on it. It could be as little as that, or there could actually be like an entire business strategy as to how to introduce as many people to the company as possible. What are some of the best practices that you see out there for some of the affiliates, meaning top performing affiliates? What are they doing to generate more introductions to your company?
I would say, kind of answer that question, I would like to go okay, yes, what are my top 5 affiliates doing right now? 2 or 3 of them are they're spending money on marketing and stuff, but I like to kind of back it up. What did they do when they first started? Because that's when, someone is starting. They don't want to put a lot of money into it right at the beginning. And so a couple things is they had me as a guest on a podcast. So maybe someone's listening to here saying, I don't want to be on a podcast. Or they know someone that hey, I can get you on this podcast, Josh, and you take it and then I get credit for it. I've done that all the time. Jose, and I've been on your podcast a couple different times and, you benefited from that, right? So that's one thing. The easiest thing is there's a lot of business in your backyard. I have this sheet. It's called something, your Rolodex file. I forget what the actual term of it is. It goes through 100 different professions. And then you write down right when someone comes to your mind. And if I say, hey, tell me 3 plumbers you can think of, you write down 3 plumbers. Those are people you should talk to right now. And you could easily get on the phone and make 25 different calls. Now, a year ago, if you called 25, I would say 9 out of 10 would tell you oh, I haven't even heard about this. Now, what is this? The objection I had back then is I had to make sure they could validate it, and they had to talk to their CPA. Now, 25 of them, I would say 5 out of 10 have heard about it, but the 5 that heard about it, a couple of them have done it. A couple of them I talked to my tax professional, but he said that he had some questions on it, but he doesn't really do it. Then you have different objections. It's just, and we teach you on all those different objections, but the easiest way to just get money in the door is just, write down people that you know in your backyard, people in your neighborhood, people that you've hired to be an electrician, to be a mover, to your church. I mean, nonprofits can get this, 501as, 501cs, and so then you're kind of, expanding your network really fast. Then when you get money in the door, it's kind of like coming back to the original question of the 5 top affiliates. They're spending money on marketing. They're spending money on PPC. They're, doing different things. They're going to events in networking in their backyard that costs money. You can certainly do that up front if you want, but if you want to actually make money in the door, then do the first thing I talked about.
So basically the simplest way is just to reach out out to people that you already know, and then basically introduce them to the program. Not only that, but like for me as a real estate agent, I have a client that got $1 million on it. Literally, we joke around how I tell him that one day he's going to have a picture of me in his living room with candles on it, just because of the credit that, or the check that he's going to receive, you know? So it's pretty awesome.
What's funny about that, Jose, is we actually have a lot, I don't know, maybe it's 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 customers that actually ask us after we filed their credit if they can be an affiliate and refer other businesses that they know. So business owners know business owners, right? So you have to keep that in mind too. It's an easy way to ask for referrals. Easy way.
Now, do you need to be licensed for this? Do you need to have any special license to participate in this opportunity?
No license at all. That's what makes it nice. With that, we do train you on what not to say, and we want to make sure you go through our certification is what we have internally, so that way you're not over-promising and under-delivering out there. We want to make sure we do the opposite. And the customer knows every little piece of this, the legalities, everything. And so we do our own kind of internal certification, but you do not need a license I don't want to use the word sell, but introduce people to the ERC program.
Any final words if somebody's considering being an affiliate? Any final pieces of advice to obviously help them add this additional stream of income?
This isn't something that's a one-trick pony. It's going to be something that's going to be past. I mean, I have people that are making 7 figures now. There's a couple that have already hit 8 figures. They'll continue to do that this year. This is something that you can get in and spend very little time. Don't quit with what you're doing to just do this, but just doing it on the side, you can easily make 6 figures and help a lot of people. I mean, the testimonials are unreal. Just like you said on your friend that you put $1 million in his company. That's just something that you just look back and you're like, oh my gosh, it took me like 45 minutes to talk to him. Now, if I call him up, he's taken my call and he's listened to anything I want to talk to him about. So it's pretty cool in that regard for sure.
Not only that, but like when I started this program, not a lot of people knew about it. So even everybody I was talking about it, they're like, what? I had no idea about this. And the people who had heard about it didn't think that they qualified. And in reality, they did qualify because obviously there's been a lot of changes to the program. So I just want to say thank you, Josh, for obviously this opportunity. And just for anybody on the fence about doing it, if you're curious about it, I would go to partnerwitherc.com, sign up. It's going to give you your own unique link. And then all you have to do is start introducing people, start telling people about the program, start taking some of the trainings, and basically give those customers your unique link. And then you'll be able to track everything as to how many customers you've introduced, what stage the customers are at, have they submitted their documents, have they been pre-approved for an amount as well too. So their back-end system is amazing. Once again, if you want to sign up as an affiliate, go to partnerwitherc.com. Thanks again, Josh. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to share this video if you find it helpful for other people.